So we already got some new Apple products last week. The new M2 Pro and M2 Max MacBook Pros, the new Mac Minis, M2 and M2 Pro, and also a new HomePod. So the big question is, what else can we expect from Apple in 2023? Well, here's an updated video with the latest leaks and rumors on Apple's entire 2023 lineup and also when to expect it. This video is sponsored by my favorite convenient food brand, and that is Huel. Stay tuned to learn more about why I've been a Huel user for the past 6 years. Okay, so there are 4 events to expect in 2023. The one in March, the one in June, the one in September, and the one in October. Starting off with the one in March, the biggest thing to expect here is the unveil of Apple's headset. And this wouldn't just be the highlight of the entire event, but literally the highlight of the entire year. And not just something that I believe to be the case, but also something that Mark Gurman believes as well, based on his recent Power On newsletter report. Now, the name of this headset could be Apple RealityPro, and then the non-pro version, which would be the more affordable version, is set to launch next year at a price point similar to an iPhone's price, as this version, the RealityPro, is set to cost $3,000. Now, the latest rumors on this Apple RealityPro tell us about a waist-mounted battery pack that you would attach with a MagSafe cable to keep the headset from being far too heavy. And the headset is also said to have a digital crown that will allow you to switch between the virtual and the physical world, so likely between AR and VR. Now, it is a bit unclear if the headset would have a controller or not, but based on everything that we've seen so far, it seems like all the interaction would be gesture and Siri based. The recent rumors also tell us about the ability to run iOS apps on the headset in 2D, which would be awesome. I'm assuming that you will be able to run multiple iOS apps at the same time, just like you can on a MacBook. And powering the headset would be not 1, but 2 chips, the M2 chip, and then also a dedicated ISP. Also, according to the latest reports, there will be no headphone jack on the headset, so you won't be able to use any wired headphones. Bluetooth headphones will be supported, but according to these reports, Apple has been experiencing delays with third-party options. And the only ones that haven't really had any delays are the AirPods Pros, the 2nd gen, with the H2 chip, where Apple has experienced almost no latency at all. Now, I'm personally very excited for this headset. I do believe that this is the future of the iPhone and smartphones in general, more specifically AR. And the whole idea behind this version, the first version that Apple's going to release, is productivity and entertainment. So it would have a 120-degree field of view, 4K displays per each eye, so 8K in total. And yeah, this would be the most powerful and the most immersive VR/AR headsets on the market. And especially since Apple's gonna have the backing of developers, there's gonna be loads of apps for this, loads of games and productivity apps. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. But yeah, this is pretty much it for March. There haven't been any rumors for any other products that will be unveiled in March, and I also don't believe that Apple will have time to show us anything else other than the headset. And even if they did, it would simply steal the show away from the RealityPro headset. So yeah, I do believe that March will be fully focused on the RealityPro. Speaking of Apple's 2023 lineup, here's another lineup that I think you would absolutely love, and that is Huel. Huel has been part of my life for the past 6 years now, and that's because 1, it's quick, 2, it's affordable, and 3, it's healthy. I started using Huel because I was just too busy to cook my own meals, and getting takeaways was getting far too expensive and also way too unhealthy. Huel contains all the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that your body needs throughout the day. Huel have expanded their range and have now launched their ready-to-drink option, perfect for those of you on the go. These are pre-made bottles that have a wide range of flavors, from banana, salted caramel, iced coffee, berry, and so much more. But my favorite Huel is now the hot and savory, which are basically full meals such as mac and cheese, Thai green curry, and my favorite, spaghetti carbonara. These all taste great, they're affordable, quick, and most importantly, nutritionally complete. Check out Huel by using the link below. I'm very certain that you'll like it too. Okay, the next Apple event would then be in June. So June means WWDC, which is mostly focused on software with some exceptions. And one of the main things expected in June at WWDC would be either the full release of Apple's RealityPro headset or a full developer preview, essentially showing developers how to actually build apps for this thing. And I also expect Apple to launch Reality Kit. My guess is that it will be a full developer preview, building even more hype towards the launch, which would only happen towards the end of the the year. Aside from this, we also expect to see the Mac Pro finally being updated. The recent rumors, according to Mark Gurman, point towards the design remaining the same as the 2019 one. So that's a major disappointment, and so is well, the lack of the M2 Extreme chip, which apparently has been cancelled due to high costs. So this new Mac Pro would then feature the M2 Ultra, so two M2 Maxes rather than the M2 Extreme, the same chip as the upcoming Mac Studio, and also the ability to add more Thunderbolt expansion cards, add more storage, and also external or internal GPUs from third parties, likely AMD options. This is something that Mark Gurman reported, essentially giving you an extra GPU in addition to that really powerful internal one. So yeah, think of this new Mac Pro as a more expandable and upgradable Mac Studio, and also a significantly bigger one. And then we have all the software releases, so iOS 17, watchOS 10, macOS 14, and according to Mark Gurman, these would see very small changes. And actually, fewer changes than what Apple had originally planned, because the team has been busy with XROS, which is the operating system used in the new RealityPro headset. Then we have September, which is going to be a pretty big month, because that's, of course, the iPhone 15's launch. And here, all the rumors point towards all four models getting the Dynamic Island. Not only that, but all four models also getting USB Type-C, finally, and the Pro models getting a titanium frame. Now, the Pro Max could be renamed to Ultra, and it is rumored to have a periscope zoom module, so 10x zoom, which means that I'm definitely upgrading and switching to the Max, the Pro Max model this year, as opposed to just using the Pro. And these Pro models are also expected to feature haptic volume buttons, so no more physical buttons anymore. Also, more haptic motors, a total of 3 as opposed to just 1, and the Apple A17 chip, which is set to feature big boosts in terms of performance. But the biggest change by far is said to be the new design, although it is quite unclear as to how this would look like. According to the recent leaks, the frame would be a bit more rounded towards the back, and then the bezels on the front would also be slightly curved. But yeah, we will be making a more detailed video just on that, so make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And then also in September, we have the Apple Watch Series 9 and the Apple Watch Ultra 2. However, according to Mark Gurman, we shouldn't be expecting any major changes and only performance boosts. Essentially the Apple S9 chip, which would finally be a new chip, as the S8, 7, and 6 have essentially been the same exact chip, just with a different name. So this new chip could potentially give us a longer battery life by improving its efficiency. And then we finally have the October event, which is likely going to be an iPad and a Mac event. So in terms of the Mac, the biggest one to expect would be the 50-inch MacBook Air, which has been reported by both Mark Gurman and DigiTimes. This is set to have the same design as the 13-inch, just larger, which would be perfect for those who want a super light and portable laptop with a great battery life and a large enough screen. This is set to be powered by the Apple M3 chip, which is finally set to be based on a smaller 3nm process, so big improvements to power efficiency there. The iMac is also expected to be updated, finally, with the M3 chip, so same design, just with the M3 instead of the M1, and then also the Mac Studio with the M2 Max and the M2 Ultra. And the reason why the Mac Studio would likely only come so late is that if it were released at the same time as the new Mac Pro, it would simply cannibalize the sales of the new Mac Pro. And when it comes to the iPads, according to Mark Gurman, we shouldn't expect any major changes, as the larger screen iPads are only expected to come in 2024. Until then, we should only expect to see spec bumps. So the M3 iPad Pro might not even happen this year, as the M2 is more powerful than most people need. The iPad Air could get the M2, and the iPad Mini could indeed get a new chip, as that one hasn't been updated since 2020. It still has the A15, so we could see the A16 or A17. And then in November or December, that's when we should expect to see the Apple RealityPro release. Of course, if you want to jump into VR AR early, you can try the Meta Quest Pro. They have some great deals now, and you can check out those deals by tapping on the YouTube shoppable cards right below. But yeah, let me know what you think of Apple's 2023 lineup. I'm Daniel, this means ZONEofTECH, and I'll see you guys in the next one. ZONEofTECH, signing out. Cheers.